Hey, what's up guys, John here. What's the best investment? Is it an Airbnb? Is it flipping houses? Is it Section 8? Everyone has their own opinion. I'm gonna show you a transaction that we just acquired that's gonna be more than likely an Airbnb, which is completely outside of our normal wheelhouse. So normally we buy Section 8 houses, and this normally would be a Section 8 house. The only reason it's not is because it's one block away, coincidentally, from the biggest hospital in the entire city.
Cleveland Clinic was ranked the #2 hospital in the world.
And because of this, people are flying into town and they're spending a fortune to be next to this hospital. And everything is under construction in this specific area. I mean, literally every house. And they're building homes just like this. You'll see them just like this, brand new, all over the place. And they're building these homes and they're selling them for $400,000, $500,000. And doctors are buying them, physicians. You have a lot of investors are acquiring these properties. And what are they doing with these homes? Well, they're saying, look, if you need to have a medical procedure done, you can have it done at the hospital and just pay us $600 a night to stay here. And so that's exactly what's happening. These people that fly in are spending that obscene amount of money to be next to the hospital. And so we got this phone call. The guy's like, hey, look, I see your signs everywhere. I know you'll buy the house. Our family basically the uncle passed away, family just inherited the property, and we need to sell as is cash. We need to close quickly. And out front of all the houses we buy, we have signs that say, we pay more and we buy with cash. And so he called me. He's like, look, I know you're the man and you'll do it and you'll close cash. I'm like, well, what do you want for it? He's like, well, let's talk. You can see the dumpster right there on that other property. He's like, let's talk when I see you. I'm like, all right. I went over to the house, 7:30 at night. I walked the property and he's like, look, I want 80 grand for this house. The house is a disaster. It needs a lot of work, a ton of work. And I'm like, all right, 80 grand, I'm in. First day we met here.
Yeah, we met at the property. I told you, what I was asking for the property. You made an offer of what I was asking for the property. And you said you closed within two, 3 weeks. Yeah. But you closed sooner than that. So,
Did we do an inspection? Did we get a loan, appraisal, anything like that happen?
no inspection, no loan, straight cash.
Did I show you proof of funds the day we met?
Yes, you did. What was very shocking. That was very shocking. Real deal, Johnson, real deal.
And we're going to spend probably 80 fixing it, 60 to 80, somewhere in that range, fixing it up. But at the end, when you start looking at the comparables with what Airbnb is charging, it's a slam dunk deal. It is an incredible deal. So we're more than likely going to do Airbnb. And if not, market rate rent would probably be somewhere around, I would say somewhere around $2,900 to $3,500 for the house. And the reason I say that is you see this building right here? This building is on the same street. So I'm going to turn around right here. It's on the same street and they're charging $2,500 for a 1-bedroom. So if a 1-bedroom is $2,500, what is a 4-bedroom house? 4-bedroom house is going to go for more than $2,100 if it's finished well. And that's exactly how we do everything. We do things properly. We don't, cut corners. And so we're going to finish this property, and I think Section 8, 5-6 grand a month. If we end up doing market rate like this, so you can see this building right here, $2,100 here for the 1-bedrooms, and then the house is literally right here. So at $3 grand a month on a market rate, somewhere in that range, it's attractive to say the very least of $160,000 all-in purchase. Section 8 is not paying as well in this specific area. So there's better, you could probably get $2,100, which is still good. $2,100 is a great number. But when you're looking at 5-6 grand in Airbnb, or, because there's a college a block away, they're doing a lot of dorm room style living, and they're spending about $1,000 a room. So they'll get a 2-3 bedroom, and then they just kind of, stack and pack the kids. That's really common with all college towns, sometimes even more than that per room. But that's what we're going to be doing here We're gonna finish this house probably the next 4 months. We got a lot of work to do. We're gonna finish this house. I'm gonna have my window guy come in. We're gonna kind of lay out the windows a little bit more efficiently. We're gonna paint the exterior. We just put a brand new roof on the property 2 days ago. So you got a brand new roof on it already. So you got the roof on, and we're gonna get to work on this thing. I'm hoping by maybe September, October, this thing is completed, and we'll be off to the races, picking up 50, 60 grand a year on this deal, which is just incredible. But that's why it's so important. If you ever own a business, people need to know about your business. Like a business with no sign is a sign of no business. If that person never drove by that sign out front of that house that says, "I buy homes cash and close fast," I would not be inside of this property right now doing this video. It wouldn't happen, right? Because we advertised out front of that house, the phone rang to us. We ended up picking up this deal. And that's how all of our investors are getting deals, all off market. I would say 90% off market, right? Occasionally we'll get something on market. Like we just had a client close on, or we're closing on Tuesday rather. The property is listed for $119,000. We're closing for $67,000. But it was on market, but the agent knew me. The agent wanted to do a deal with me, right? So all these things kind of help. But anyway, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna demolish this wall. We're gonna put a new beam across. Stairs are gonna go up. It's gonna look really, really nice. We're gonna knock out this fireplace because it's not functional, and it's not in working order. So we're just gonna blow out this wall, get rid of that. The kitchen is gonna be open floor plan. We're gonna have a nice little center island. There's a bedroom back here. So this bedroom, we're gonna keep as a bedroom because we do Airbnb. More than likely, we're gonna have a patient that just underwent surgery, and climbing a flight of steps is probably not possible. So have that bedroom downstairs. Then upstairs we have technically 4 bedrooms and then a 5th or 6th up, but the title shows 4 bedrooms. So, because it's kind of weird how this is. You got like that commercial sink, and then there's a bedroom, but you have to access that bedroom through cutting through this one. So we might just blow out that wall and make this like a master suite. And then, or we're gonna reconfigure a hallway here. I'm gonna talk to my team and figure it out. Another bedroom here. Another bedroom here. Like this house needs a lot of work, but $160,000 all in. And when new construction is trading at 400, pretty hard to lose money on that situation. So I'm really excited that we got this deal under contract, closed, and I'm looking forward to the Airbnb situation. Now, let me be very, very clear. Airbnb, even if this thing does make 50, 60 grand a year, is not my focus. Section 8. I believe that we're gonna see a couple things unfold in the future. Government dependence, the affordability crisis, and the need for nice, affordable living accommodations. And so we want to scale Section 8. We want to scale acquisitions on affordable housing. It just so happened that we ended up buying a property a block from the biggest hospital in Cleveland for a fraction of its true value. Like a fraction of its true value. And the highest and best use for this specific asset will likely be Airbnb. And since we already have the property management arm in-house, my office is 7 minutes away. We have contractors on call. We have cleaning crew. We could run this thing easily, eyes closed, and we'll run this thing on autopilot. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just the highest and best use of capital. So, of our capital. So you got this property, brand new construction. That property, brand new construction. Even these, they're flips. I don't know if they flipped it or they just bought it, renovated it, the original owner. But to me, it looks like they're probably flipped. And I can promise you these people are doing Airbnb or student housing at the nearby college. So one of the things that we like to do is we like to acquire properties for a price that we find fair, that in an area in which we like, generally buying a property that is the ugliest house on the best street, where all the neighbors are like this, you know? Neighbors are really trying to take care of their homes. They're really trying to improve the neighborhood. And there's just this old, crappy little house on the street. And everyone wonders, what's gonna happen with that house? That's what we wanna buy. We wanna buy that at a fair price. And we have a crew that will go in there and make it look the way it should. And then we get the return on that investment. So we right now are rapidly acquiring inside of Cleveland. And I think the next 3 to 6 months, our growth is going to multiply. And we're going to continue to acquire great deals. Some, you know, if they're located in the right area, maybe we'll do Section 8 or Airbnb. But for the most part, it's all going to be Section 8. Section 8 is the bread and butter. I have a couple other beliefs that I think will really be great for this investment. One is, since the hospital is literally right there, I think we're going to see more demand for medical attention over the next 5 to 10 years. Speculation, but I believe there's going to be two things that are going to happen. I think cancers are going to grow, and I think that we're going to see food quality continue to deteriorate. You're going to see horrible food quality. It's going to make what we eat now look like a luxury compared to what they're going to be serving in the next 5 years. And why? Well, you think about it. If everyday Americans are, you know, there's the default rate is about 17% on buy now, pay later. And a lot of this is like financing food and groceries. You know, that default rate is similar to like a payday loan, an installment loan. And every quarter they're getting worse and worse and worse. Their losses are like 99 million last quarter, right? So people can afford food. What is the food producer, the fast food chain, going to do? Well, they need to sell. They need to expand. They need to grow. They're going to lean into automation, automate as much as they can, and they're going to reduce quality of food so that way they can continue getting their profits higher and higher and higher every single quarter. So food quality is going to go down, and many Americans won't have a choice but to eat it, right? And so if food quality is going down and stress levels are going higher, there's going to be more need for medical attention. So I think this investment, you know, we don't just buy property and say, you know what, maybe it'll work out. We look at every possible worst case scenario, every way in which the deal could go south, because with every transaction, there's always a possibility of something not working out. And we try to get those odds in our favor dramatically. With this, you know, all in will be, you know, we'll basically be 60% below what our nearest competitor is in for. Like we'll be all in 160, they're all in at 400 and change. In an area that is going to likely have more and more and more demand in the future, with the option of either doing Airbnb, Section 8, dorm room style living, market rate housing, all of which produce fat double-digit returns. I'm not talking 10, 12%. I'm talking 15, 18, 30% returns. And that's what I think investors need to do. Smart and savvy investors, they realize their capital is dying, 10% or more per year. If the wealth isn't growing at an excess in which that capital is dying, well, then purchasing power is getting eroded, right? So you want to definitely put your money to work, and you want to be very, very careful with speculating. You want to make smart and savvy plays. I think this is one of them. I think this is a great investment, and I'll share it with you once the renovation is complete. For more information on exactly what we do, if you have 100K or more, you can click the link in the description just below this video, or go to singlefamilyinvestors.com. That's singlefamilyinvestors.com. Catch you next video.